Hey, how we doing? I'm Andy, this is Spiders. Today I'm a little bit out in the middle of nowhere doing this introduction because I've got loads of building works going on around our house. They're new gas mains or something, but it's just absolutely bedlam noise-wise. So I've taken a little walk, thought I'd come out, and as it happens, just as I've started hitting record, all the birds have decided to start having what sounds like a big row in the trees just in front of me. So yeah, today we're going to talk about, last week I visited the Central Invert Show in Coventry. It was a really good day in all fairness. I arrived about 10 o'clock in the morning before the show started, and for the first, I had a bit of a look around, and then for the first couple of hours I was doing the free bugs for kids along with Leighton and Nick from the Bugfest team. And like I say, we had an absolutely ace day. Everybody was there. It was a really good show in regards to sort of catching up with everyone. It seemed that because of its location, it was only really a couple of hours from most places, so everybody was able to sort of attend, and it was great. But I'm terrible for remembering names, especially in this sort of situation, off the top of my head. So what I'll do is I'll put them all up a bit later on throughout the video. I'll put them on the screen here somewhere, and I'll everyone who I met on the day, I'll try and mention them on there, like. But yeah, so like I said, the show opened about 11 o'clock, and straight away it was really busy, so I didn't get no footage going around because I thought quite a few people do that. There's already been a few videos released of show footage, and it's basically the same tables. It'd just be a different view of the same stuff. So what I did do is I got a little clip just to show how busy it was, and I'll show you that now. So yeah, I think that was about half hour, 40 minutes after the show opened that I got that little clip. So like I say, you can see it was proper busy on the day. Like, now I'm going to move on to what I bought on the day. Like I say, I had quite a good haul. If I'm pretty honest, I had some stuff on a pre-order from Mitch, and then I spent a bit of money on the day while I was there. So yeah, I'm just going to shut up and I'll show you it all, and I'll see you at the end, eh? Cheers. This is the stuff that I picked up on the day, as you see. Not a bad haul, and there was a little extra in that I actually picked up this enclosure as well. It's a 70 by 40 sort of Repti Breeze type mesh enclosure, which was there second hand, which was a brilliant buy. So picked up a gimp box from the spider shop, but I only kept this T. violaceus and this C. wawini, this Chelobrachus, out of the box. Here we've got some stick insects. It wouldn't be a show without me picking up some phasmids. So these are the Budwing stick insects. They were won in the raffle. The prize from Phil at Incredible Index. This now is my order from Mitch. This was a pair of Sahydrorhenius raja, the Indian blue dwarf beauties. Now I did try getting a look and a shot of them for you, but they were well buried, but they're beautiful little spiders. I do own one of those already, so hopefully we might be able to have a little bit of a breeding project in a few years' time when they eventually grow, like. We also picked up a couple of giant Asian mantis as well from Mitch. I was going to get these at Car Show, at Car Fest, but I decided to hold on because I knew I was putting a big order in with him anyway. And in the bottom of here we have 4 Blue Death Fern beetles. Now another pickup that I had was this Phonopalma crinaruthum, the Costa Rican blue front. And this is a confirmed female, and she was only £40, so she was a real bargain in my eyes. This was from Curtis Lake, and some more stick insects. These are the Uricantha herida. Now these are quite new in the hobby in the last year or so from what I understand, so I managed to pick up a pair of these, and hopefully we'll get some eggs and we'll get some more further down the line. And these are the Myronides glaucus. Now unfortunately you see the female on the left hand side, the male on the right. The female didn't last the week out, I'm afraid. Here we have some Nandu Chromatus slings. Now these were bred by Becky Telfer. She had a sack drop recently and she was giving these away at the show. So I ended up with actually 2 in this little pot and 1 in the other one, so I ended up with 3 of them, which was pretty cool. Big thanks to Becky for that. And here we have more phasmids. So these are the Ramulus artemis, the Vietnamese stick insects. These were another raffle prize. And underneath that we had 3 Uricantha calcata. Now I do have a single male left, so I'm hoping that that adult female and him might be able to get pairing done before he passes. And finally we have the Peruphasma schulte, the black beauty stick insects. You can't see them at the moment, but if I flip it over, there you go, you'll see those nymphs just in the bottom there. And these are pretty cool species. I've not actually kept these before, so I'm looking forward to seeing them grow like. And the last couple of things I picked up was a kilo corkback from the spider shop, and then in this bag, it's not very interesting really, we've got just a bag of millipede mulch and a bag of the arid earth substrate. But the arid earth bag burst as I was walking around the show, so that's why it's in this bag like. So yeah, as you can see, not a bad haul. I was pretty happy with what I picked up. So moving on, yeah, we'll get a closer look at these black beauty stick insects. I say lots of people have kept these, it's just not a species I've actually got round to keeping myself yet, so I'm really looking forward to bringing these on and seeing how they grow, and I'll be able to use them, take them into work and show them off to the kids and things like that. So there was 6 nymphs in this little tub, and like I said, they all seem to be doing pretty well. And here we have, these are the Uricantha hirida. As you can see, they are quite similar looking, I suppose, to the calcata, only these are, I suppose, darker at this stage. The calcata nymphs tend to be a bit more green at this stage, and these are obviously a lot more spiky. The calcata are the thorny devil stick insect. I'm not sure what the common name for these is, if I'm honest, but if I can find it I will put it on the screen. But yeah, like I say, really happy to have managed to get hold of these, with knowing that they're quite new into the hobby. So hopefully we'll be able to get some eggs and get them out there and give them away to people and get more of these in the hobby eventually as well like. So yeah, this is the Myronides. So you can see here this female, she had a bit of a dodgy leg after a recent molt, and her abdomen has just got absolutely no substance to it, there's nothing to it, and unfortunately, try as I might, I tried it with bramble, tried it with fern, various feeders, but this thing just wouldn't take anything, and unfortunately she died within a few days. But we do still have the male here, so if anybody is keeping Myronides, particularly this species, and they're looking for a male, then just drop me a line and I'll be able to post this one off to you. So onto the rehousings. Skip this one a bit because there wasn't a great deal to show. So this is the Budwing insect, this is the Budwing stick insects, all in place in a little mesh net with some bramble. And since this is filmed, we have had a couple of these have molted out, so some of them are a bit bigger. And again, these get to a good size, so there'll be something great I can show off and work with the kids. And I'm really looking forward to seeing these grow to full size, if I'm honest. So this was what happened after I put that female calcata into the enclosure. You'll see the male that I mentioned earlier. Realised she was there straight away, and this was literally probably within 30 seconds of me putting her in the tank. He actually was making these attempts to pair with her, so I'm hoping that that's a good sign going forward and we may be able to get some eggs from these. I did have about 8 of these, and unfortunately the females passed. I've been left with this male, and as of yet there's been no sign of whether any eggs were laid. None of them have hatched, so hopefully this will lead to them breeding and we'll get some eggs further down the line. this is the other calcata. This is one of the smaller nymphs that was in the pack, and there's the other one. So there was 3 of them in that little prize that come with the raffle. So we'll get these into the enclosure, and as I've said, these are a good size, so hopefully it won't be too long before these are reaching their adult stages, and we can get these paired up and like I say, hopefully get some more eggs into the hobby and get more of these out there. Like, this I believe is the female. Looks like, this one to me looks like it has an ovipositor. I may be wrong though, so don't quote me on that. So yeah, now we move on. This is a bit of a close-up of that Phonopalma crinoruphum that I was showing off earlier on. Now, a friend of mine, Becky, she had one of these when we were at Carfest, and it was an absolute darling. And they're not something that I've seen for a while. There was a stage a few years ago where they seemed to be everywhere, but that doesn't seem to be the case so much now. So, like I said, I've picked this one up. Hopefully it will be as friendly as Becky's, and it won't give me any grief. Little view from the front there, you're not seeing so much of that blue that they talk about, so I'm not sure if this may be due a molt, or it may even be something that you see more when they're freshly molted. But yeah, beautiful little spider, and as you see here, pretty easy to get into the enclosure really. All it involved was a bit of tipping. It did turn itself round at one point, but you'll see in a second. Just a little nudge with the brush and she soon went down, and she's settled in pretty well, if I'm honest, over the last week or so. She's fed and seems to be doing well now. So yeah, a little bit of a closer shot, but that's the Phonopalma crinoruphum, the Costa Rican blue front. And finally, these were, if I'm honest, probably the thing I was most looking forward to picking up at the show. These were part of my pre-order with Mitch. So these are the blue death venom beetles and the Absalosus verrucosus. If I haven't butchered that name, I think I've got it right. And as you see, I picked up 4 of them. I thought if I'm getting beetles, it only makes sense to get 4 of them, because then naming them's pretty easy. So yeah, you'll see number 1 going in there, and then he goes and takes a stroll out of the shot just as the second one arrives. Then we've got number 3, and finally number 4. There we go. Over the last week I've dropped in a couple of pre-killed crickets and left them in there, and they seem to be feeding on them as well as other bits that I've put in there. So yeah, again, these seem to be doing really well. Something again, I can't wait to show these off with the kids in work, and as well as that, like I say, the kids at home think these are pretty cool. Like I say, cracking little beetles, and what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to leave this run, let the music go, and just watch these 3 or these 4 stroll around for a little while. Yeah, so that was my my pickups and a couple of the rehousings from what I got at the Coventry show last week. Sorry, I'm just taking note. I'm in a field in the middle of nowhere, and there's people on the other side of it as well. But yeah, like I say, drop a little comment. Let me know what you think of everything that I picked up. Like I say, it was a bit of a mix this time. The last couple of shows have been mainly stick insects that I've picked up. Again, I have picked up a few phasmids this time. I think that was always going to happen. I have got a bit of an obsession with them. So we got a few of them, but we have got some really nice spiders as well. And those beetles are awesome. Fair play there, absolutely, yes. But yeah, so that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. You know, like I said, drop a comment. Let me know what you think. If you like what you've seen, if you're not subscribed, hit that button and all the rest of it. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Cheers. Ta-da.